Hello, it's Frost Iron. So, it's pre-release day, and that means we're going to do some Phyrexia Sealed. Which, I don't play a lot of Sealed. I usually prefer Draft. But, you know, it's pre-release. You gotta do it. So, let's see what we get. Let's see what our big rares are. Hopefully we get some nice bombs in here. Okay. Well, 3 lands. We're not thrilled with that. I guess white blue is going to be very, very splashable, though. This works pretty well with oil, so that's a thing. This is an okay card. This is not a bomb by any means. Let's see. It's beginning of your end step. Okay. So yeah, obviously that's for the red-black sacrifice deck. Won't work with the Secret Ghost, obviously, but does work with the Monumental Facade. Rhea Ivor, a 3/4 for 4 is okay. And it's got, what's the battle cry? Oh, each other attacking creature gets +1, that's right. Beginning of combat on your turn. Oh, right, yeah, okay. This one, instead of hurting the opponent, creates a bunch of Phyrexian Mites. Okay, that's kind of a cool card. I suspect that this card probably runs away with games, kind of like what is it, Mia, the White Soldier can. And then what's this one? Search your library for basic sphere or locust card. Oh, geez. Okay, yeah, this is way too slow. You know, even for mana fixing, 5 mana is kind of a lot for this, and you're never going to get to, what is it? You need 9 or more lands with different names than the basic sphere and locust lands you control. Yeah, so, like, it doesn't even work with the other non-basic lands you have that come in this set. That's kind of silly, honestly. Okay, so let's see what we got. Let's see. So, white. You know what? Not even gonna worry about it. Let's just throw it. Okay, so Fair Basilica, the lands are nice. This is a nice card. Flensing Raptor is good. Seer Dancer is okay. It's good if you're doing Corrupted. Crawling Chorus is fine. Goldbar Helm for Moradin is it's okay. It's playable. Vanishing Eternity is playable. Doctrination Attendant is pretty good. Yeah, this is a pretty good card. Porcelain Zealot is, yeah, totally fine, playable. Yeah, Mirren Berdish is not too bad for a curved topper. Okay, and that looks like that's it for the white. So nothing exciting in white, but it's all very playable. Yeah, it's got like a good number of creatures. They're good creatures, a good curve. How much toxic do we have here? Toxic. 3 toxics and some cards that work with toxics as well as some equipment. Okay. Yeah, so that's not too bad. And of course, we've got the land, so we can splash things in white if we wanted, but I don't think anything here. No, nothing there is good enough to splash. Okay, so Surgical Bay is nice. Minor Misstep is unplayable. Surgical Skullbone is nice. This one is fun for an oil deck. We do have several, well, you know, 3 of our lands would work with this card. Serum Snare, yeah, this is pretty good. Chrome Prowlers, you can play it. You can play it, that's all I'll say. This one's fine. This is Divination with Upside. Taxian Raptor, another oil card. Tamia's Logbook, no, not really. It's too slow. Trawler Drake, excellent oil card. So if we did end up in some kind of oil deck, these two, the Icar Synthesizer and the Trawler Drake, are among the best oil payoffs, especially the Trawler Drake. And then the Gitaxian Raptor as well. And then, so we've got like a fair number of cards that work with that. This works with the Toxic, with the Corrupted if we ended up blue-white. And let's see, so this is for the Toxic deck. Also, pretty nice as long as you've got any artifacts that it can target. Yeah, it's real good. Anatomist, nah, I mean, you can play an Anatomist. It's not super exciting. Oh, wait, which one of these do we... Oh, okay, yeah, we have 3 draw Skull Bombs. Okay. Transplant Theorist. Yeah, this one can get some work done. Mainly for the top ability. The second one's not really going to come into play. Bloodweb Strider is actually playable. It's also got oil, so if you do have some proliferates, you know, you can get it down. You can proliferate. You can actually get in with it. You don't need you don't need to attack with this too many times. You attack with this 2 to 3 times, and you know it's probably done its job. And then this is kind of nice. Vivisurgence instead. You know what I wasn't looking at? I wasn't looking at our duplicates. Okay, so 2 Ikerson. So yeah, 2. Well, that's fine. No duplicates in white. Okay, yeah. So far we've got a lot more blue, but the white is probably a little better. A lot of these are not very good. Minor Misstep, unplayable. Tammy's Log, not good. Chrome Prowler, not good. So, okay. No idea what we're doing yet. Draw Skull Bomb. I'm not really a huge fan of this, I'll be honest. Yeah, it's a value, but it's really slow and it doesn't affect the board. So, I'm not a huge fan. Duress, no, it's pretty much well, I won't call it unplayable. It's not a good card in Limited. Fleshless Gladiator's nice. If you're doing Corrupted. Pestilent, this is a really good Toxic Enabler. Because it flies and it comes down real early. Bonepicker Spurge is a nice Corrupted payoff. But, you know, it's fine. Corrupted is, like, probably the best Corrupted payoff in the game. This one's really good if you're doing Toxic. Cutthroat Centurion is for the red-black sack deck. Just Inquiry, totally playable. Get some poison going. Vraska's Fall is a little more playable than it looks, but only a tiny bit. Because they get to choose the creature. So you're only going to get their Planeswalker if it's all they have on board. And the poison counter only matters if it matters. But it could matter. It could matter if you're trying to get Corrupted on them, which this is sealed, so it's probably going to be a little harder to pull things off. This is a great card, though. Right? It's got a nice body, 4/4. Toxic 2 is a real poison threat, especially for Corrupted. So that's fine. And then Vata Merchant is okay, because you can get it from any graveyard. So, and it also proliferates. So there's got sort of multiple things that it's doing here. It's okay. I don't think it's great, but it's okay. We got another red land. Exuberant Fuels League. So this one is fun. This is kind of one of the better oil cards. But only early, really. But you know, just for having oil is good. The Free from Flesh is just a very mediocre combat trick, unless you're specifically in the red-blue oil deck, and then this is the closest thing to a bomb that you'll ever get out of a common combat trick, just because you put it on either the Trawler Drake, and it just immediately gets +4/+4, 2 of which is permanent. 5. Right, because it's a non-creature spell, it gets +2/+2 from the spell, and it puts 2 oil counters. So +5/+5, 3 of which is permanent. The Trawler Drake is just immediately a game-ending threat at that point. And then the other one is Iker Synthesizer, because you know, it gets in for 5 immediately, and then it's 3 of the 4 oil counters it needs to become unblockable 3/3. That's also a very real clock. Well, that's a lot. 3 first Skull Bombs. That's a lot of oil. I'm not a huge fan of it, again, because it doesn't impact the board, but it does replace itself, so that's nice. And don't get me wrong, all the Skull Bombs are very playable. Even though, you know, they may not be my personal favorite. Lethal Demolition is fine. Yeah, you can main deck one of these, because for 1 mana you can often kill an artifact creature. And sometimes you can use it for yourself to get some extra attackers if you need to go wide. Hexcult Slash, premium removal, common. There are a lot of toxic creatures, so, you know, usually you'll have a really good target for this. Sawblade Scamp is pretty good in the red-blue oil deck. Batterfist is an equipment card. Totally fine creature, too. 3/1 for 2 that leaves something behind that you might be able to get some use out of. Totally fine. Blazing Crescendo is, you know, quite playable because it replaces itself. Shrapnel Slinger's decent. It's a totally fine 2-drop. Little utility. Thrill of Possibility, playable. Rebel Salvo, premium removal. One of the very few removal cards that can kill the indestructible gods in this set. Awaken the Sleeper is fine in the red-black sack deck. It's probably one of the worst versions of this card that we've seen recently, so it's not super exciting. But if you've got sack outlets, you know, grab a creature, hit him with it, maybe destroy an equipment, then sack it for value. Yeah, it's fine. Hazardous Blast is okay. There are a lot of X1s in this set, so this is probably going to usually get some value. You don't need to feel too bad if you end up running it. And that's it. So we don't have any... we have no top end with red, so if we were to run red, we would need to get... we'd need to get our curve toppers from somewhere else. Red often pairs with white pretty well. We don't have a whole lot of white. We have a little bit of what passes for top end. No removal in white, do we? Yeah, okay, that's a... oh, just the Vanish into Eternity. Yeah, okay, that's kind of a problem. Not a lot of removal overall, really. None in blue either. There wasn't really anything in black either, was there? Yeah, no, I mean, just a Vraska's Fall, so we are not looking great. We're looking quite weak so far, so let's... big hopes for green. Yeah, so this is actually looking better now, with Hex Gold Slash and Rebel Salvo being two pieces of premium removal. Hazardous Blast being passable as, you know, at least something. And a Free From Flash if we're doing some oil, which we have a decent amount of oil in red. So maybe red isn't so bad. Okay, so this is looking like a decent start. Maze Skull Bomb, totally playable. Get some damage through. Thirsting Roots, yeah, this is nice. Right? You can fix your mana or you can proliferate depending on where you're at, what you need. Armored Scrap Gorger, totally playable. Nice oil card. So if we do green-red oil, I'm already thinking I like green-red oil right now. If we've got some top end here, Titanic Growth, totally playable combat trick. Contagious Vorak, probably green's best common. Really nice card. Fix your mana or proliferate, both can be quite handy. Yep, Basilisk, totally fine. Gets in for Death Touch. 3 Plague Nurses. Now this is interesting. 3 Plague Nurses is enough toxic on their own to just be a game-ending poison threat. And 3/4 for 4 mana is, yeah, that's totally a playable card. So that makes me a little interested in that. And then the Sky Scythe Engulfer. A 6/5 reach trample for 6 is, yeah, like this can get in for some serious damage. This can be a serious blocker. This is okay. You know, it's definitely a little better in sealed than it would be in draft. Things are a little slower. But that's it for a green. We don't have much green. The 3 duplicates there, I guess, makes it a little deeper than it looks. The 1 combat trick is kind of all we have for removal here. Okay. Seachrome Coast means blue or white are both splashable. So I'm a little more interested in running black and something and splashing white for Rhea Ever because it's just a really solid card. The Vivisection Evangelist also makes me interested in being in black for sure, because this is probably the best payoff card signpost uncommon in the game. Just absolute, just blow something up. It's great. Serum Core Chimera is amazing. You know, if you can get yourself into the blue-red oil deck, this card is like it looks kind of mediocre on the surface, but it's actually really, really good, right? Because you see, 2/4 flying for 4, like, that's okay, and then the thing is kind of a convoluted once in a while lightning bolt, but when it goes off, it really has a big impact on the board. And then there's this guy who makes me interested also in being in black and red specifically, but is not probably worth going out of a whole lot of work for. This makes me want to be doing oil. And then what's this? Enters the battlefield. Okay, this is not great fixing, but it is a decent 2-drop, so if we end up in colors that need more 2-drops, we can slap some of those in there. And this is a little bit of mana fixing, but it doesn't really do much. It doesn't affect the board. Still Okay, so... Alright, well let's see where we would go with white, because I'm actually kind of interested in the white, even though it's nothing amazing. It's just kind of really solid playables here. And okay, like this is all doable. Like, yeah, I'm not excited about Vanishing to Eternity, but we can run it. We've got, yeah, flying, you're toxic, okay. Got a little bit of toxic. Okay, so maybe black. Maybe we pair it with black. Do we run this? We put it in for now. Okay. So, yeah, we've got enough toxic that we're going to be trying to enabling toxic. We're probably not trying to win. We're probably not trying to poison them to death, although with these flyers, it's possible. Yeah, okay, we've got some really nice payoffs here. I don't know if that we're quite... Are we in the sack deck? We might be. You know what? Yeah, we've got the Fleshless Gladiator. We've got the Crawling Chorus, which is decent sack bait. Yeah, okay, we could be doing that. This is a nice card draw. Yeah, like we run that, and then we're quite happy to run that, and we run that. Okay, and then, so that puts us at 36 out of 40. Yeah, we're running out of playables, but then these two cards really just bump us up. We look way better once these go in. And then we need to fill up, and we're not super heavy on 2-drops, so we probably just... we don't have oil, so we probably just toss in a couple of Dune Movers and call it a deck. Well, these Dune Movers actually do have some nice synergy with the Mandible Justice here. I think that we've got enough toxic, especially with these flyers and the Dune Movers. Yeah, I think we can justify going toxic, but how much interaction do we have? Like, I don't think we have any combat tricks to speak of. Okay, we do have the Vivisection Evangelist. That's a bit of interaction. That matters. We've got 2 bad removal spells. And I think that's it. I mean, we've got the Sinnoh Dancer that's kind of like interaction. We can... It's crowd control once they're corrupted. So that's a thing. But mostly, if we do this... Like, this is just all creature. Yeah, this is all creature. So, if we do this, we're basically just trying to get on the board, get wide, get them corrupted, and just win by... Probably by, like, flying over their head. Ultimately, with the Raptor and that, and then maybe going wide with Rhea. So, we've got a couple of ways to do it. But, like, yeah, this is just a really kind of... black-white mediocre stuff deck is really what we're looking at here. Cutthroat Centurion has some interesting synergy between the Crawling Chorus and the Rhea Eaver. This one's weird though, right? Because you're preventing the damage you would be doing them and instead creating the mites. Which is sort of a dubious trade-off in various ways. Still, I mean, between Rhea Eaver, the Paladin, and the Vivisection Evangelist, at least we have some endgame, sort of. More mid-game, really. We don't really have any endgame with this. No bombs. Okay. So, what other decks are we interested in here? Well, red looks pretty darn nice. So, let's see if we were going to run red. I'm going to say oil. Right? We're probably looking at red oil. Subblade Scamp. Yeah, just putting all of our oil, but also, like, you know, basically putting everything in here, and we'll see what we keep. Except for the Awakened Sleeper. I don't think that makes it in, sort of, ever. And then I guess we would want to pair it with black. I don't know if we can pair it with black. The white-blue deck just, that didn't look like it's there. White-blue is an artifact deck, so maybe. But we don't have really any payoffs, and our blue cards are mostly revolving around oil, which would want to be red-blue. And there's nothing in blue that we would want to splash. Except maybe the Trawler Drake if we did an oil deck. That's interesting. We could the oil deck and the Iker synthesizers. Maybe. If we did like a blue, red, green oil deck, that could be a thing. Like, this is a stretch, but it could be a thing. Oh, and Serum Core Chimera. So we actually have 3 oil cards that we would probably be seriously considering splashing if we decided to go that route. So okay, black. So between the Vat Emergence and the Nimraiser Paladin, we actually do have some Preacher Return, so that's interesting. Now this would not be a poison deck, so Vraska's Fall probably just doesn't even get there. Draw 2 cards and lose 2 life, they get a poison counter. That's still fine for the card draw. So black-red is the sack deck, but I feel like our lower game is so focused on Corrupted that still has to be a mechanic we're trying to activate, which is a lot harder when you're running red. Red doesn't really have that. Okay, so yeah, I don't think red-black works. I think we might try to splash Kethek just as a decent creature, and splash Rebel Salvo, and splash Hex Cold Slash, because these are just premium cards, basically no matter what. So maybe something like that happens. I don't think otherwise that we care about any of these, and these oil cards are relatively weak on their own. So maybe we try to splash some of that stuff, but yeah, we don't run that. We do not run red with black. Oh, I probably should have pulled the black out, though. I'm probably still looking at red right now, aren't I? Let's do that another way. Okay. So with green, we like the Mace, Skull Bomb, Thirsting Roots, sure. Nice, yeah, sure. Absolutely, we'll run a bunch of those. Okay, so that gets us at 41 real quick. Okay, that's not bad. Look at that. Not supposed to be in there anyway. So this, with green and red, we're looking at a really fast kind of deck. Decent amount of like combat tricks and other like non-creature spells. Actually quite a lot, which is a good thing because a lot of oil is powered that way. So this is non-creature spells. Wow. This is just a ton of non-creature spells. Yeah, not a lot of 2 blood drops here, though, I guess. That's kind of a problem. But we've got, like, the Skull Bombs and plenty of other things to play. Turn 2 if we need to. Yeah, of course, we get to turn 3. We have almost nothing. And then on turn 4, we've just got the Plague Nurses. And, yeah, so we would definitely, I think, have to be splashing blue at that point, which unfortunately our lands won't help us because we're not running white, so that is no good. We did get the Thirsting Roots, so that'll help us fix. We probably would run the Monumental Facade for this one. We're not running Monumental Perfection. We could run the Phyrexian Atlas. I don't love it, but if we need to fix, it is a non-creature spell. So that's doable. That's doable. I'm kind of thinking also at this point that our card quality in general is just so bad that I don't know that any two color combination is gonna get there. We might just have to do 3 colors. That might just be the only way. Yeah, okay. So, I guess from blue, what we would really want to be running would be the Trawler Drake, and then the Serum Core Chimera. Those are the 2 really big payoffs. The Ichor Synthesizer is pretty nice, but it's better to get it down early because it has to build up 4 counters. And the Raptor's just okay. It needs Proliferate to work. It's not an artifact either, if that matters. Yeah, it needs Proliferate to work. It doesn't work off spells, so it doesn't really charge. But these 2 charge, and this way we would still, even though we're probably going to cut some of these non-creatures. Yeah, we're probably going to cut non-creatures here. Oh yeah, there's another non-creature. Yeah, God. We have so few creatures that this would be just really dangerous to run as. So Gleeful Demolition would definitely go. Hazardous Blast, I guess, can go. It's not that great. And then with 1 more cut, kind of a tough call. These are all pretty good. Maybe we can get rid of the Thrall possibility, though, because we've still got two of these guys for card draw, and Blazing Crescendo is kind of card draw. But, like, once in a while, Blazing Crescendo will give us like a 2-for-1 on the board, or at least keep a creature alive. Whereas Roll of Possibilities is only about cards. Yeah, I mean, I don't love this either. I don't really see the Trawler Drake coming down on 3. I don't really see the Serum Core Chimera coming down on 4. This feels bad because we don't have so much high end, but like, maybe it's just a necessary evil. Is this good enough to run, though? The advantage of this is that it does have like lots of interaction, free from Flash, Hexcult Slash, Titanic Growth, and Rebel Salvos, and Blazing Crescendo. So we've got lots of interaction. That can be really important and limited. Not really a great curve, but that only works with other toxic creatures. Yeah, so this is really just a 3/4 toxic 2 for 4, which is really not great. This honestly is fine. Like if we can get them close, we can end the game with this. So that is kind of nice. Yeah, I don't think this gets there either, though. It doesn't. It just doesn't ever really end up getting there. Just kind of boring cards that are gonna go out on the board and mostly end up just dying. Again, these are all bad interaction, but they are interaction. That's the positive here. Okay. I just don't know what I'm running. You know, there's nothing in any color that's telling me, you know, I want to be in that color. There's nothing here that I'm excited about running. And again, this is the problem with opening 3 rare lands and 1 unplayable rare, and only 1 that's actually good. Or was there a second one? I forget what our 6th rare was. Oh yeah, this one's actually pretty good. Yeah, you know, let's look at black-white again. I think that maybe black-white with like a little bit of a red splash for the removal, maybe that'll make sense. Let's look at that. So, because our white is actually pretty good, even though it's removal light. And it does have pretty good synergy with our black, right? We've got a lot of corrupted between them, and I think we needed the, what's it called? Yeah, we needed the Dune Movers. That's what we needed. Okay, so that just kind of gets there. And where it's weak is we don't have enough interaction, right? Even being generous, we're going to call that interaction. And we're going to call that interaction, and that's it. Okay, so we're not in the equipment deck, and this is pretty... I think this is just a 2/3 for 3 mana. That's a pretty weak card, honestly. Without any kind of equipment payouts, we'd probably rather ditch that card. The Miriam Bardiche is okay, but oof, it is, you know, just a 4/3 vigilance for 5 mana is not great, but it does leave that equipment behind. We can move that onto a Flensing Raptor or Pestilent Siphoner, so that could still get work done. How are we going to splash? Well, how are we going to mana fix if we splash, I guess is the big question. 'Cause again, we could splash a blue pretty easily with these 2 dual lands. But I don't think blue had anything we would want to splash. Is there anything in here that's going to be actually good in this deck? The Unctus Retrofitter's actually not bad here, right? We've got those 3 artifacts. There's another one. Some of these other things might be... No, not really any others. Okay, so just a couple. Oh, the equipment, I guess, technically could be... Okay. So, not really enough to consider splashing that. Sturdy Curiosity is card draw, so that's... Maybe, no. Yeah, nothing really that we would want to splash from blue. So we've got this one really good removal card, and then 2 bad ones. And that's kind of the really big weakness of this deck. We've got these ways to get creatures back, which I kind of like. Definitely feels like there's a real risk of just kind of going nowhere with this deck. I suppose kind of the win con might be to get them corrupted with the little toxic flyers. Vivisection comes down as removal. We sack it to where is it, like the Skitterling to get more card draw, and then we bring it back with the Vat Emergence. Like that sort of begins to look like a combo. I think we have to run red, though. I think that if we do this, we just have to put red in, because then we can get the Hex Gold Slash, the Rebel Salvo, and we can also then throw in the Cathek. It is a little dicey because we don't have a whole lot of fixing, so I guess we have to run the Phyrexian Atlas, which is okay because it is a corrupted payout, so in this particular deck there's certainly something. I think we pulled this out because even though it technically has synergy with Rebel Salvo, it's just such a weak card. Okay, so I think this is what we're looking at. We just gotta make some cuts here to make it all work out. And so we're kind of like halfway between the black-red sack and white-black toxic, and I think that's probably okay. Do we just get rid of the Bardiche as well? Is it just too bad? No, I think that might matter. I think the Vanish into Eternity can go. Well, or can it? Yeah, I think that's probably a weak enough card that it's just not worth running. And probably the Vraska's Fall as well. Yeah, maybe we'll, yeah, because they get to choose. They're always going to get rid of their weakest. For 3 mana, I think that's just not gonna be a thing. We had multiple draw Skull Bombs. We could run more Skull Bombs if we wanted. If we're really thinking that, like, maybe sacking and bringing back the Evangelist over and over is kind of going to end up being our win con, and then we could, especially if we can sack it to Kethek and dig up something decent, right? Porcelain Zealot, get our Indoctrination Intended out. Oh, this can also return the Evangelist. Okay. Yeah, you know, this is not looking absolutely awful. I think we still have to run the Phyrexian Atlas, though. I don't think we have enough red sources otherwise. I think we're going to go down a little bit on those, though. Do we not run the Hex Gold Slash? I think we still run the Hex Gold Slash. I don't know. I'm kind of not sold on it, but yeah. This is just so bad. I feel like Vatiburgeon's basically only here for the Vivisection Evangelist. I don't think there's anything else we care about. Maybe these guys. Okay. We do need to make one more cut. Can we just maybe cut a Doom Mover? Oh, that's a little bit of fixing too. Oh, these guys look way better now that we've got... Okay. Never mind. Wait, do we have 4 of these? We have 4 Dune Movers? Oh my god, that's hilarious. Okay. Yeah, so we're actually going to go down to 2 mountains in the deck then. And actually, you know what? No, let's cut the Atlas and we'll just put in a Dune Mover in its place. That is probably fine. Right? Because this way at least we're putting something on the board. We can dig up our mountain if we need to. Maybe we can we just go down to 1 mountain? We really kind of only need 1 red source. And we don't really need it in a hurry. Like, this guy comes down turn 4 or 5. Yeah, I think we just go down to 1. Do we want another plains? I think, yeah, I think we want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 black mana symbols. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 white. Yeah, a lot more black mana symbols. Okay. Also, because we've got all these Doom Movers, I think we can actually just... I think we can justify cutting at least 1 land. Probably just 1. I don't think we cut 2 lands. And that's probably all we do. I think that's okay. Again, like, Doom Mover's not good fixing, but because it also enables the Mandible Justiciar, and because it's toxic, cheap little creatures, I think it's good enough. Boy, it would be really nice to have some combat tricks, though. Or just a little more in the way of equipment that's actually playable, which... the Cold Warden Tome, it just doesn't get there. You need to have real payoffs for equipment to make that card runnable. Okay, maybe we just call it. Maybe we just call this a deck. We're just gonna call this a deck. We're just gonna call this a deck, I think. All right, let's yeah, whatever. Let's see how it goes. I have absolutely no faith, and yeah, I realize that probably took longer than it should have, but, you know, I struggled. I really struggled with this, and I don't have a whole lot of faith. Well, it didn't take us long to get our game, though. That was instant. There's a lot of people playing right now. Okay, so, don't have a red source, but we'll draw it. We don't have a lot of early plays until turn 3. And we are on the play. Let's just hope we draw into something playable, because I don't feel like getting away from this hand. But I'm already feeling not great about the deck, and now I'm feeling not great about the hand. So this has me feeling just not great in general. I really hope we draw a 2-drop. No, we did not draw a 2-drop. Okay. And this is a payoff, so it doesn't actually do anything for a while. Okay, well, only good news here is that we do have plays. We do have our mid-game plays. So if they don't put a creature down, we're gonna get a little toxic dude, and that's gonna be kind of interesting. I find it unlikely that they're gonna consider that worth removing, but they were thinking about it, it looked like. So might be worth thinking about here. Okay, now we can't get through their critter anyway, so well, I don't really have a problem with returning a land to my hand. So I think we'll go ahead and just pop this down. And no attacks. Okay, so they look like they're red-white. This is a nice card, the Atraxis Skitterfang. Yep. Yeah, they're red-white with artifacts and equipment. Can you do haste? Flying Vigilance, Death Touch, or Lifelink. Okay. So this is coming back down. So, I mean, this can swing in. If it ends up trading for the 4-2, that's probably fine. Oh, or we could do that, and then they have to trade 2 for 1. Oh, yeah. Okay, that looks much nicer. And then we can do Rhea Ivor next turn. Target creature you control. I could also do the Might, but I think I'm pretty happy with doing it this way. Yeah. Just going to be a very real take a quarter of your health and damage, or figure something out. Yep. Okay, we get in for 5. We got a toxic counter on them. We're fine with that. I think with Rhea Ivor down next turn, we can essentially force the block either way because they won't be able to afford it. And so the thing about Rhea Ivor that I didn't quite notice at first, I didn't pay so close attention to at first, Rhea Ivor does not have to attack in order to get that benefit. That's pretty interesting. That's very interesting. And then whenever this creature attacks, so it does help make it happen. Okay, then I think it's going to have to be the Indoctrination Attendant, which they can block and kill it, but that's a trade in our favor. We hold up the Nimrazer Paladin. Still don't have our red mana, but I think that's okay. Yeah, okay, so we're going to do that. Target creature. Oh, okay, so we can force the block here. Definitely go that way. And then we will probably will just get that back with the Nimrazer Paladin or the Vat Emergence. No, we'll take their creature with the Vat Emergence. That's what we'll do. Because this thing is also big enough to just pose a serious problem for the blockers they have. Yeah, they do not like that Rhea Ivor, and I don't blame them. Okay, this is a 3/2 flyer. Okay. Oh, that's now a 5/2. Okay, that's a much more serious problem. Okay. I think the real problem I see here is that, oh, okay. I think they should have given their 5/2 lifelink and just swung in. I didn't have any great blocks. I don't want to use either of my bigger creatures. Okay. Again, I do kind of just have a pretty good attack here with the might. So we can do that first, make them answer it. I think they probably double block it. They're essentially trading like a 2/2 for a 1 or for a 3/3. Now, if they didn't read too carefully and they let it through, I think that would be a huge mistake on their part. I don't think they'll do it. Yeah, that's kind of what I would have expected there. And I think that... So this is interesting because it gets me 2 bodies. I like that, but I kind of want to just... I want to steal their card. I'll be honest. I just really want to steal their card. And then when I proliferate, I can put another toxic counter on them, which doesn't actually matter. Okay, but that's alright. Don't have the oil counters. Okay. So, yeah, let's just go ahead. I think that this is big enough, and we'll make it a 6/6 for attacking. Submit 1, yeah. Just like if they wanted single block their creature, they're gonna have to double up on the equipment. I still think it's a pretty good play for them to power up and swing. Well, not as good anymore. They don't, because now if they swing with the 5/2, they don't have enough to really even stop anything that swings back at them. That's a real problem. I mean, what are you gonna swing with? It's got to be lifelink, right? Okay. So then the question becomes, do I block? And I believe the answer is yes, I block. Right. Or do I just plan to swing back? This is a tough call. Obviously a 5, power lifelinker wins, but like I think because they're holding up mana, I think I'm gonna let it through this time. I want to swing back with the Skywarden. I wanna put them in a very difficult situation. Yeah, okay. Nope, that did not work. Shoot, and we still do not have our mana. Mana, 3 or less to your hand. That is a 4, so it's not even playable. Okay. Well, this is where we start to have problems. Okay, I think we have to do it this way, right? I think we just swing with him for now. But I think he's just going to chump it, and that's going to leave us in like a really bad spot. I'd probably just chump it with the 2/2. Oh, he didn't. Okay, that was questionable. I question whether that was the right call. And then, unfortunately, I think we just put down the Nimraiser Paladin because we just kind of want another blocker and or toxic creature. I think our win condition here might just be draw a mountain, remove a blocker, swing for toxic, poison, lethal. Like, now that we just got these 6 mites, like, we're no longer looking at a damage victory now with them being back at the 20, right? Okay, so that's going to be their clock. And that's gonna probably be... Oh God, probably should be Vigilance at this point. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a clock. That's a very real clock. Okay, yeah, so, either way, it's gonna be over this turn. Okay, so didn't draw the mountain. Did draw a Pestilent Siphoner, but that's not going to matter. So they block the Paladin. They block 2 Mites. There's not nearly enough damage going back. I do... Okay, I can still do this, though. Can in fact still do this. But it's going to have to be a 2-turn thing. Do I just swing with... I think I just swing with all the little ones. Yeah, I think we just do it that way. Now the question becomes, do I also swing with the other stuff? No, I'm too low on life. Alright, well, got our blocks. Alright. So, neither of these trample, right? Alright, let's see if do we get through. Well, they're dead on board right now. Still dead on board. Yeah, he's still dead on board. Never got our mountain. Wow, that's kind of unbelievable between the 3 Doonies and the one, normal mountain we had in here. So that doesn't make me feel great. But I believe that's just lethal, right? I see 3 blockers. That means 3 get through. That means 3 poison counters. They have no cards. They're tapped out. I don't see any way around it. Okay, well, let's... Nice! Wow, we got the poison win. And I think we can safely conclude that that was their misplay. They never should have given us those 6 Phyrexian mites. Obviously, using life as a resource, I'm sure made total sense to them from there. Well, geez. Okay, well, how do I feel about this? How do I feel about the fact that we never got our mountain? We had these 2 cards stuck in hand. We still won. I think we just got really unlucky, right? Between the 3 Doom Movers and our mountain. We should have had access to our red mana. Again, they're not good fixing, but I think we'll give it a shot still. Just because otherwise we're so removal light. Yeah, see, there's our mountain, and we can just do mover for 2 and not worry about it. Probably just do Siphoner, but yeah, we'll wait. If we end up not drawing our 4th land, then we can do the Doom Mover on turn 3. Otherwise, we can just Chitter and Skitterling and be happy with it. Yeah. Okay, red-white. It's kind of a weird card to be playing in red-white, because there's not really any scenario where that is great. Okay, so they're coming down pretty aggressively. Wait. Okay, we've got our 4 mana. They've got a 2 power. I think I'm happy to just put down the Dune Mover, but I don't need to go fishing for it. Right. And this is where Doom Mover, like, really doesn't look great, right? We had our mana, and so it's just a 2-1 with Toxic, like, pretty boring. But honestly, their Shrapnel Slinger was pretty boring, too. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead. They seem extra aggressive. I don't want to, yeah, that's what I was afraid of. So what is this, a 2-2 with double strike? I mean, that's a real creature. That is a legitimate creature that exists. Okay. Stop the Scamp, take the damage from the 2-2 this turn. Potentially next turn as well. Go down to 9. Just not great, but it's doable. Yeah, this is a good card. This is why it'd be nice to draw removal now. Just get that 2-2 off the board now. We're not going to sack our Skitterling. But they're coming out swinging, and this is where we're really hurting. Yeah, now we're drawing land also, which is definitely not good. Lesser mana value. No, I think we like this blocking creature, so. Okay, so they have that's what they can do. So we don't get really any information out of that pause. Okay. I'm not super worried about the Scamp, and fortunately the Blade Ambassador can't get past our Skitterling. But boy, if they put double strike on it, that gets complicated real quick. Now, I think it would be a mistake to move it. In this case, they're pretty much okay. Okay, yeah, there's a serious problem. And the Skitterling is effectively holding back 4 damage just by existing. So, I guess there's not really much point in blocking. And I think we're just gonna be murdered here. Oh! Great. Well, I think we just get this. I think we just put the Siphoner down this turn, and then we Hexgold / when they attack, just to slow them down a bit, I guess. I don't know if I love that, but like, I feel like we're not going to be on the offense anytime soon. Yeah, that's nice. And so being able to, like, hopefully they don't have any combat tricks, I will say. If they've got any combat tricks, I'm really in trouble. But this way, you know, this way I can get them when they're attacking. Yeah, okay. So that reads to me like they've got a combat trick. So here's the problem, right? If I make them put the combat trick on the bladed ambassador, yeah, I think we'll make them split it up. But that reads to me like they've got the combat trick, and I think I'm probably just blown out here. But we'll get our information first. Okay, so that didn't happen. Well, that's interesting. Well, I think they didn't have it there, which is weird, so we'll just make them have it here. Like, if they want a 1-for-1 for my creature, you know that. Oh well. Charge with the might. Oh, okay, so that makes sense. Okay, but I mean, that's fine. Okay, well this lets us get 2 bodies down. I'm pretty happy with that. So this is probably going to be coming in with double strike, meaning I have to block it this turn. Okay. Yeah. So I think this poor Pestilent Siphoner might be out of a job. Well, yeah, whatever. I guess we're gonna try to get corrupted on it, because otherwise we're gonna just be tapping him down every single turn, and we're never gonna be able to do anything. Now, granted, if they have removal, we're definitely done at that point. Okay. Well, that's not great, but whatever. We were planning on turning this into a tap-time war either way, so. The problem is we can't actually deal with the Magmatic Sprinter again, can we? Let's see here. I mean, we can put this on the Pestilent Siphoner, but then we don't have to tap mana anymore, right? Nope, because we need to get him corrupted. Yeah, okay. This feels like a scoop to me. So my mistake here was that I should have blocked the Magmatic Sprinter rather than just take a charge off of him. I don't know what I was thinking. I wasn't thinking there. That was a really stupid move on my part. Because if it was just the one creature, I could deal with it for a turn or two. But, yeah, I'm just going to skip. That was my bad. I think I was probably just dead anyway. I think that I was just way too far behind to really recover. Especially because they weren't yet corrupted. But, yeah. Really, just the combination of them getting out on the board so quickly, us not being able to get toxic and poison counters on them. Because I don't think we were super far away from being able to do it. And granted, that misplay at the end was pretty bad on my part. Okay, we're on the draw. Yeah, so definitely thinking we want to open up with the Siphoner. What's this one do? Getting if you're up, you lose 1 life. Wow, that's like a really terrible card. That is like that's a low-key bomb like that. It's just okay. So that's gonna need to come down. Okay, well we're gonna try to get them corrupted. We still think that's a good idea. Summoning Sickness this turn. But yeah, just the amount of pressure that's going to generate over the course of the game is kind of insane. I don't know if we can deal with it. Okay, so we'll be able to get our mana. We're going to put the... We'll put the 2/2 down first, so that we have a blocker. And I think next turn we'll try to get Rhea Eivor right down. Just start doing that right away. Because these guys can't block, so if we can force them to chump block once or twice, that'll feel really good. I don't know that we'll be able to pull that off. Oh, jeez. Okay, I mean... Well, we're on a hell of a clock now. And you gain 2 life. Put an oil counter. Oh, jeez. This is so stupid. I mean, oh, this is bomb. Oh, well, that's not a bomb, but it's a really powerful card in this specific circumstance. I would say it's too powerful in this circumstance. Okay. Oh, well, that's interesting. Non-token creature. Okay, kind of a difficult choice, isn't it? Well, that one comes back, so... Okay, so I think this is just a blocking creature for now. Once they're corrupted, then we can sort of change things up a little bit. Hopefully they don't have immediate removal for Re-Ive, or if they do, I feel like I'm just in really serious trouble. Yeah, that's okay. Just do that for now. I think it's actually much worse if they build up the numbers and they're just sort of swarming me down. I don't like the 2 damage per turn clock, and I don't like that they're gaining the life. I kind of think we might be trying to win with Pestilence Siphoner, which is just kind of crazy. That's a bit of a problem. So Vigilance. Of course, they have their artifacts. Graveyard to the battlefield tapped. So we can play one of our creatures and do that. We're just getting blown out here by the quality of our opponent's deck. Mostly it's the Hive into the Executioner that's a sure spawn, but this is a problem too. When they've already got 2 artifacts out, they're going to start drawing cards. Oh, it's bad. It feels bad. Okay, let's go ahead and do that. Right, or do we want the Doom over? Well, either one is fine, I guess. Yep, this is where the value starts coming in. I'm afraid we do have to block the 4/4 vigilance. I just don't see. We can't let that thing hit us every turn. It's just too much of a clock. We're still a fairly long ways away from corrupted, so we'll be okay. Oh, you also get to scry one. Yeah, of course. Of course you do. So they're going to be scrying every single turn, drawing every other turn at least. The way they're going. Okay, now we can't get in with our flyer, so that's a problem. Just not drawing any of our removal. We specifically splash red so we could get some, and that's not happening. Does this thing have toxic? It doesn't have toxic. That's probably a good thing for us. So that Orthodoxy Enforcer is not great for us. It's not terrible, though. I think that Re-Ivor is just better, though. Yeah, I think it's the only play we have right now. It's interesting how it defaults to... oh, there we go. Oh no, that's interesting. Okay, I think that actually works out for me. Yeah, a little late there, buddy. We are once again going for the poison counter win with Re-Ivor. That's our only realistic shot here. And it's not a great shot, but... okay, so they'll be able to get one more poison counter on us. Like, here's the problem. We're hoping that between their extra card draw and their extra scries that they're not going to get any value cards that actually affect the board. Like, we're barely trying to win with this board. Yeah, and... of course, the second they do that... so we're now corrupted. Oh, where were you when I needed you, huh? So I... 5, 6, 7... okay, so we're gonna do this. Not gonna do that. Okay, we're saving him to block. It doesn't matter. We're never gonna kill them from 20 before this game is over. So we're just hoping to get the poison. We've got the force, so even if they get a blocker, that doesn't get there, and none of those mites can block. So one blocker doesn't do it. And that's not going to be obvious to them right now. They're also hoping to kill me. At this point, they're hoping to kill me through damage, so blocking is of questionable value. It probably doesn't matter. It's probably fine either way. I don't think I want to give them the card draw. Yeah, I don't think we give them the card draw. That's why we do that. We don't care about the rest of it. First strike, okay. That by itself is not going to do it. We do have to do that, though. So they can get a card draw, but they have no mana, so it doesn't really matter. +1/+1 and gains flying until end of turn. I don't think that matters. They've only got one blocking creature, so it should not matter at all. But just in case it does. Oh, we got it! I can't believe we did it again with the toxic counters. I mean, Hex Gold Slash came in clutch there for the win. We would not have won without that removal. Like, feels okay. I'm not gonna say it feels great for sure, but it feels okay. Okay, well, I mean, we're 2-1. Like, at least, you know, even if we lose the next 2 runner, like going 2-3 with this deck would not feel great, but it would not feel terrible. I will be honest, this feels like a below average deck. But it also does feel like when we hit just right, it can get some work done. And, you know, I guess we'll find out if this is one of those games. I think we're just going to cycle the draw Skull Bomb, probably. Yeah, he'll trade that off. You always trade that off. Well, you know, now I guess we could always just wait and get the value back. Yeah, maybe we'll wait. We have plays. We have plays for the next turn, and then after that, maybe not. Okay. Yeah, we'll hold off. Yeah, we'll play down the blocking creature. That's such an annoying card. It's not... I don't even think it's a good card. I think it's just a card. Yeah, come at me, bro. Okay, so... yeah, I think we just play down our little dudes. Get on the board. We're fine with it. If we end up bringing this back and playing it, that's okay. Like, that's just getting a little bit of value on our card draw cycle. Yeah, we don't have any attacks here. We can get some of our pump spells. That'd be nice. Our pump creatures, I should say. There's a mobilizer. Okay. Yeah, so you'll get in for 4. I don't really have any good blocks, so that's okay. I mean, that thing could be instrumental in killing us. Probably just will end up not mattering. I almost want it just because, like, I could chip in for some damage with it. I can proliferate the poison on them. Well, here in a second, hopefully. Mandible Justiciar, I think, swings in. Oh, it does actually pump it, though, doesn't it? That's kind of hilariously dumb. Honestly, that is so stupid. Can I justify that? Can I really justify that? I mean, our hand's looking pretty dead right now. Yeah, I'm gonna justify it. I'm gonna justify it. It's dumb. I don't care. Oh, well, I should have waited. Okay, that's fine. I was thinking I would... yeah, I should have waited till next turn, although... part of the problem here is my turn was absolutely dead. Absolutely so dead. Yeah, come at me, bro. Which one is... oh, okay. That's kind of a thing. Keep tapping me. Nice value. Proliferate, keep those taps going. Yep, another poison counter. Yeah, I'm gonna make you keep making that choice. Had to happen at some point. No, we can't do that. Okay. We still only have one black. That's kind of unfortunate. I think we can... It would be nice to bring back something a little better than the Siphoner, but I think unless we draw our mountain like this turn... Still, like, so weird how we keep having this problem with getting our red mana. If we draw the Dune Watcher, we've already got the... we've already got the mountain in hand. Otherwise, we don't draw any of it. And now that, of course. Okay, so our only play is the draw Skull Bomb. Well, I guess we bring back... the Pestilence Siphoner. Maybe we'll draw a Swamp, which would not be great, but hey, we could play it. I think a Mountain is what we really want here. Okay, I mean, that's actually pretty handy here. We've got stuff to bring back. We will definitely chump with the Watcher if they attack. We don't really have attacks of our own. Yeah, okay, that's a clock. And that's a 4/4. And that's fantastic. Okay, well, block over there, and we'll just chump there and get our card draw. We need to find an answer to this board state. And we don't have Corrupted on them, so... That's not great. And we still don't have red mana. We have all three of our red cards. We would be in such good shape if we had our red mana. The 3 Dune Movers and a Mountain in here. Oh, how many cards deep are we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're 14 cards deep. I mean, yeah, I'd say we should have hit one by now. Yeah, now we're corrupted. Fantastic. Wait, it's up to 3? Oh, yeah, okay. This is oil counter based. Yeah, I mean, they don't need to be in a hurry. They can just grind it out. Oh my god, come on. It's not a card. It's not a card and it's not a mountain. We've got 1 mountain and 3 Dune Movers in there. Dune Mover pretty slow at this point. We're getting to the point where we need to get our answers sooner rather than later. Okay, I guess we're gonna do it in this way. Now we're getting to the point real soon here where they can just swing for lethal over the course of 2 turns. Very easily, and with the Centurion, I won't really be able to do anything about it either. Oh, yeah, that's unfortunate. Yeah, this is just an absurd amount of pressure. I'm just going to take it, though. The Chittering Skitterling is going to have to get sacked here pretty soon. Okay, we can bounce our creature. Something. Have a blocker out. Yeah, that's okay. That's pretty good. Makes it a lot harder for them to get through with literally everything. But this game feels over. This like this game just feels totally over. Because we never got our red mana. I don't feel like it was the wrong play though. It would have been so good if we had our Rebel Salvo or Hexblade Slash take out the 3/2, take out the 4/3, take a little bit of pressure, but then we could swing in, we'd get the poisonous, we'd have the payouts. This would be so absolutely fine if we'd gotten red mana. And here we are, halfway through our deck with no red mana. And that feels bad. That feels real bad. I forget, does that thing trample? It does, right? Trample and haste. Yeah, there's not really any stopping that thing. Probably gonna have to do a big old chump. But I think even if we draw a mountain, it's too late. I don't think there's a world where we can recover. Blue Sun's Twilight. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Let's just call it. Let's just call it there. Right, they have too many threats, like because they have threats in the air, threats that trample, wider board than me. Yeah, man, that was just bad luck. I think just bad luck. Again, and I don't feel like it's wrong to have these cards in here. I mean, this one is actually pretty questionable. I don't think it really adds a whole lot of value, but I think there does become an interesting scenario where we've got the Kethic and the Vivisection Evangelist and the Vat Emergence and the Dross Skull Bomb all together. Like, I think there's some real potential for having things be explosive in that case. Yeah, we needed red mana at any point during that game until the very end. I think the last 2 turns was just too late at that point, but anytime before then. Alright, well, we get our red mana. I don't think we need to be in a hurry to get our red mana. I think we can start with just this here and then do the 2 maneuver if we need to. So if we want +1/+1 on him, okay, so we can't do that. Okay, so now we do have that. I think I'm going to do it this way. There we go, that feels pretty good. This way, at least, we are guaranteed the Mirror British on 5. That feels alright. I think we just want to kill it. I think we just want to kill it, and we want to get in. So we use our mana, it's nice and efficient, get that toxic going, get some more lifelink. Okay, I mean, that's a real threat. Tax. Okay. Oh, this is the flyer. I don't know, for some reason I was thinking it's the other one. Okay, so you don't have anything there. Okay. Yep, offer the trade. Take it, not surprised. Can't really attack though. I don't know why he didn't take the trade. You know, you're not gonna. Oh, okay, that's a thing. Oh, haste has haste. Okay. Wait, you're only swinging with that one? But it basically has vigilance, so that feels pretty bad. Yeah, I mean you can just block on the backswing either way, so might as well do it that way. Okay, this actually works out pretty well here. So we can do this to give him +1/+1. We can equip that. I think that goes up on the Scourge though, right? Because you don't have... we swing with that one as well? Yeah. I think that was a pretty questionable attack, right? Because all they would have needed to do is put down one more blocker, and then I'm just sort of sitting here and can't really do anything. Poison counter, not super important right now. Yeah, just make them have reach. Yeah, you need to have reach. I don't give a damn about that. That's fine. That's pretty funny. Okay. Oh yeah, they're just dead. They're just dead. Okay, yeah. Okay, I mean, that went much better. And look, we got a mountain and a Hexblade Slash, and it worked out really well. Kept us going, kept our momentum. Yeah, I mean, of course, they were just dead on board at that point. Okay, well, we got 3 wins, so we're getting 1,200 back. So, yeah, even if we lose now, it's not going to be a total loss. I was fully prepared for this deck to go 0-3, so I don't feel too bad about this right now. Okay. Okay, here we go. We've got our Mandible Justiciar into Dune Mover, Hexblade Slash, follow up with Indoctrination Intendant. Yeah, that's a keep. Very easy keep. Really pleased with the Justiciar so far. It has done a nice job. And a nice little critter that gets in, gets some lifelink. Okay, well, whatever. Non-creature, non-land. Oh, there goes that. So, there is the problem of we don't have black mana either, and that doesn't feel great. Really sad to lose the Hexblade Slash on that. That's a big hurt. It's also card for card. Okay, whatever. Card for card. They didn't get any proliferate value. Our deck definitely feels a lot worse when we're not able to do aggro. Okay, that doesn't matter. Oh, there's our red mana. Okay, so that helps a little bit in that now we can do a Dune Mover for our black mana. I don't feel too bad about it. I guess we should have played out the mountain there. Huh. Toxic Note. Does have vigilance though, okay. How are we gonna do this? I think we'll just put this out. That's a big deal. Start pressuring their life total this way. Hopefully. Oh, that's not gonna feel good for you, is it? Okay, let's get you out there. Hopefully no combat trick. Yeah, now they're gonna read this card. Oh, it's over! It's over already! They know what that card means. No answers in hand. I wonder what they were holding in hand. I didn't take a close look at their mana. Maybe they were missing a color. No, they had black and green. They're fine on that. Hey, well, we've got our, what was that, 4 wins? So we have a positive record on our first Phyrexia draft with this deck. I mean, I will say, when it comes together, it does come together really well. We still have yet to draw the Vivisection Evangelist, which is pretty funny, but Rhea Ivor has gotten some very serious work done. She has won, what, 2 of our games? Or, no, 3 of our games. Rhea Ivor has won 3 of our games. So, yeah, even though it's kind of that weird anti-synergy of not doing damage, as it turns out, once she's on the board, you're really just looking to get to 10 poison counters, and you don't care about the life total damage anymore. And, yeah, that's okay. It seems to be okay. Well, once again, we've got some really solid early game. Once again, we're on the draw, which is unfortunate. Way on the draw is a huge disadvantage in Phyrexia because it is sort of a fast aggro format. Getting those early point encounters is a huge deal. Okay, we do not have our own Dune Mover, so we don't have access to red mana. That's a toxic. Okay, I think we'll just do the Mandible Justice here. And they declined to do that, so they have their mana. So they're black-green. They're probably looking to poison me out. It's probably a big deal to keep them off that, and if we make this trade, we actually end up a little bit ahead because we gained some life, and they did not get the mana-fixing value. Calling it value, of course, is a super big stretch. Death. Okay, so they could give it flying. They really wanted to get that token on. Yep, can't do anything about it. Swinging there isn't that great. I can just wait. So they've got a decent amount of proliferate in black and green, so odds are they're happy just having the one token, not super worried about it. Oh, come on. Oh, feels bad. Feels bad, man. And we're not getting mana. No. Okay, there is a world. There is a world. Nothing hits reach, right? Yeah, okay. So next turn, so we need runner lands. Oh, please give it to Children, right? Lifelink or Vigilance? Maybe Vigilance. I could see Vigilance here. Lifelink, okay, yeah, we're only... Yeah, no blocks. So we need runner lands. Or a mountain. Like, or if we draw a mountain, that would be fine. And red mana is starting to be a problem here. Okay, there's one land. Now. So only one card we can play. But we can threaten... Yeah. They are not looking at all. They are not going to be poisoning us out. That's not a thing. Okay, so now I think all we need to do is draw land, and we can Vivisection Evangelist down the shoulder. It will be a low life, but we'll be okay, and then the two flyers will finish them off. So I'm not sure what they plan to do. Maybe make the Shieldred flying. Yeah, that's not surprising to me. Yeah, yep. Okay, that all makes sense. So, you're out of tokens, so I care least about you. And we'll do it that way. If they have a combat trick, it's just over. But I don't like that was our block. That was the block that we had. Okay, well, it's still blocked. So that's probably just lethal. Oh. Yeah, it didn't matter. Yeah, feels bad, man. The mythic rare that's not even from this set. We even drew the land we needed. Oh, but we gained our 2 life. Right, okay. So we're not, like, actually literally dead. Okay, and yeah, now we swing with 1. Try to get those toxic counters. Like, if they draw dead for a turn, and especially if we draw a mountain, each opponent loses 2 life and you gain 2 life. Okay, well, we're not there yet. We can't replay for toxic value, so that probably doesn't super matter. It does get another creature on the board, which could end up mattering. Probably getting vigilance down is what's most important. 5. And then we'll get the Bardiche. So there's still a chance. Oh, should we have swung? No, because we're not trying to damage them out. We're only trying to poison them out. There is nothing else. Okay, so that'll be our red mana. They can't do much with that unless they double block. What's it cost to move it? 4. Okay, so I think we just do Doom Mover. Do we just do... I'm not sure. Do we actually need the red mana? Oh, there, that's how we do it, right? Because we didn't play a land this turn. If they proliferate, we're just dead anyway, so... Spinoderm or oil, okay. 2 or fewer. Remove it. Okay. So you can force the block over there, which is actually not too bad. But I think we don't have reach, right? Okay. So I think we're going to do it this way, right? Each opponent loses 2 life, you gain 2 life. I don't have any life gain. 7, 8, 9. Doesn't quite get there this turn. So I think we do it that way. And then there does kind of become a question of okay. We get there again with the poison counters. Wow. Did we just defeat Sheoldred? Oh my gods, we just defeated Sheoldred. Barely. By the skin of our teeth. You know, it would have been really funny if they had drawn and played a proliferate card at the very end. Oh, okay. Okay. I mean... The deck gets there. We get to 5 wins. I did not think this deck was going to be able to do it, but yeah, the red has felt really important, even though it's definitely been hit or miss. This one in particular. But the removal, like when it has actually been played, has felt really good. Finally drew the Vivisection Evangelist, got to play it. Won the game off of it, so yeah, I think we made the right choice with the colors here because, you know, we're winning just because we're squeaking out some value. Well, this is tough. I think it's because we got the Doom Mover and we're on the draw. Feels like we'd keep this. if we don't draw planes, we have to just dump the Dune Mover down on turn 2. We don't get to play this on turn 1, but this is kind of just a nothing creature until corrupted anyway. Yeah, okay. Hopefully we do draw. Hopefully we draw well. I mean, at least we have the numbers of our mana. I think we'll have to get planes with our Dune Mover, though. Yeah, we're in trouble without a planes here. Okay, they just got card value. Oh, that makes it tougher, I will admit. But I think... Oh man, that's so tough. Whatever. Yeah, we'll do it. We have to, I think. I don't know. I don't know if we should have done it that way or not. Or proliferate. Wow. Yeah. They may not be willing to let the poison creature. But I've still got a blocking creature. Yep, I'll take that block. I don't, you know, because this way you have no creature. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, that's to get some life. That doesn't trample, does it? Okay, yeah, so no trample through. Okay, so this is fine. So now I will get her. Okay, obviously you've got something you can do. I mean, if you want to give me my Dune Mover back and let me get my mountain, I'm not going to super object. And if you want to use a combat trick... Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Still, you know, you traded 1 for 1 for it, so this all feels pretty fun. Okay, thoughts. Toxic 3. Target creature. Is there anything I can do about that? I don't think so. Draw a card in this. So I guess we'll draw first, right? Okay, that's interesting. And now we'll get our mountain. I think we'll probably just let it hit us. Like, going to 6 poison counters is not great, but that's not the end of the world. Yeah, we're gonna try that. I'm gonna say I don't care. And then this comes down. Actually, no, I think this comes down. And this comes down as a blocking creature, so... Yeah. So even if they had another one, like, they're not going to get through with the kill. 6/6. Yeah. And that's nice, because that I actually can't deal with. Oh, actually, I could have dealt with it anyway. It didn't matter. Just tap it down. Okay. Well, once again, our star player comes in clutch. Okay, well, we have made it. We've made it to the boss battle. How did we do that? Okay, so yeah, again, these premium cards, Evor, Vivisection Evangelist, coming in clutch. Yeah, actually, we had the Snooter Dancer there, so we could have just tapped it down. We had that win either way. Yeah, these games are really close a lot of the time, but we're coming out on top. our red removal, like, even though we're having to do a little bit of work to make it work, is coming in really clutch, taking out that 4/4. That was a big deal. It has been pretty instrumental, and I mean, I guess there is an argument that maybe, like, the Vraskas should be in here. There have been a lot of cases where they've only got, like, one creature on board, and it would be fine to just go ahead and make them sack it and get a poison counter. So this is okay. We don't have a plains yet, but there's enough plains in there. We'll get one. We'll get the one. We'll get a dude with it. It'll be okay. We'll start with the mountain. So we can exploit slash if we need to. We don't. Start getting these poison counters. Now we need a plains or something we can play, or we're going to start having a real bad time. You're just going to kill it. No, don't kill it. Wow. Really? Really? Okay, well, this is something. We get our planes this way. Action. Planes. Oh, that was a mistake. I should have played the land first so I could keep the mountain untapped. That was my bad. That was absolutely my bad. Okay. Yeah, I would have killed that for sure. Okay, this is alright. Oh, they had to search for land. Okay. Well. Okay, that's like a flying 3/2, I think. Okay, that I can handle. 5. Okay, so... yeah, we're just going to Hexblade slash away the 3/3 and swing with the other 2 lethal might behind. Okay, and since they did that, we're going to go for the Toxic here. This is definitely where, you know, we're going to want to put the Toxic on them. Let's see, and it doesn't actually have any creatures in there. That's a little bit of anti-synergy there. Okay, so this is good. This will let our Indoctrination Attendant get in. That makes us feel pretty good. Now the question is, do we swing with the other 2 as well? We definitely swing with those 2. We could also swing with this, try to get one extra poison counter on, and then probably lose the might. That does definitely get poison rolling, which is interesting. Yeah, I think I'm okay with it. I think I'm okay with it. I don't get a lot of value out of that mode right now. Yeah. Target creature you control. Okay, so now they could double block and kill it. That's not great, right? The double block and kill only gets you so far. What's this? Oh, the Hex Code. Yeah, they could just equip, and then it's... well, I guess it doesn't really matter, does it? 2. Okay, yeah. Yeah, so this is interesting. With the trade, right? So we can make this big enough that they just have to chump it, but then we can't attack with the Indoctrination Attendant. If we make this big enough, they can double block. That feels bad, though. Or they could still just chump block it. It doesn't really make a difference. So I think either way they're chumping. The question is, are we forcing them to chump? think we give them the option to double block. Give them enough rope to hang themselves. Oh yeah, that won't be able to block next turn. Ah, okay. Too much board presence at that point. Well, we defeated the final boss. We did it. We did it. We went what, 7-2. Made our money back, got some cards, get some packs. Yeah, let's just do a post-mortem here. I'm not sure whether the red ultimately was entirely correct. I think that Kethek in particular always underperformed, but then we also got him several times and we just didn't get him out. I don't think we used his ability a single time. And I don't think we ever used, where is it? The Chittering Skitterling. Yeah, that never did anything. It never came up. Even though we did ultimately end up having a lot of poison wins. So, sort of interesting. Now, granted, we didn't get our Vivisection Evangelist for, what was it, like 5 games or 6 games or something crazy like that. And then when we started drawing it, it was a blowout. Vat Emergence got some real work done. I felt pretty good about Vat Emergence here. Even, it was not great, but it was fine. It wasn't bad. Yeah, and I think that ultimately all the cards in this deck are like relatively uninspiring, but they're just enough quality that we got there. And some of those games were really close. But clutching it out against Sheoldred, that was the best. And yeah, if you didn't know, they threw in the Phyrexian Praetors to the card pool here, so you can get them, obviously, because it looked, the first time I saw that happen, I thought it was a bug, because Sheoldred's not from this set. but yeah, it works out. Okay, great. Let's claim our prizes. Here, I believe it is tradition to crack a pack. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. We'll just open one. Alright, and we'll talk about what we would first pick out of these cards. What's our rare? Copperline Gorge. Yeah, okay, well that's nice to pull, but, you'd never want to first pick that. These lands are nice. They're nice to have. You definitely don't want to first pick them. This is a mediocre removal. 5 mana at sorcery speed. Pretty clunky. Does kill pretty much anything, but there's much, much better removal. So, I'll take that over either of the lands, but, that's about it. Hunter Maze. Yeah, same thing. It's fine. You don't want to first pick it. This is where things start to get a little interesting. You've got a creature here. It's menace and toxic. Helps get it going. But ultimately, 2/4 is pretty uninspiring. You're not going to be killing much of anything with it. It's not that difficult to double block it. You're not excited to first pick this. Koldatha Cackler is playable, but it's really for the oil deck. You don't want to be first picking it because it's a very mediocre payout, and you're at the very beginning. So fortunately, it looks like we've got some cards up here. Whenever Veil of Assimilation or another artifact enters the battlefield under your control, target creature control gets +1/+1 and gains vigilance until end of turn. This is okay. I think that this is probably really only going to work if you end up in like the blue-white artifact deck. I don't think you're at all excited about first picking this because it's quite likely that you'll end up with a deck that just doesn't get the payout from it, especially because, as we just saw, sometimes you're creating these artifacts during or after combat. After combat, really. After combat, when something dies or, because of the ability, it doesn't help at that point. You have to get them down before if you're trying to synergize with mites. So that leaves this, which not super thrilled generally about taking a multicolored card first pick. We've got Tainted Observer here as Flying Toxic 1. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, you may pay 2 if you do Proliferate. But this is amazing. Blue and green both want to proliferate. At times, both of them are oil colors, so you can do a green-blue oil deck. I believe that that's what this is probably mostly aimed at. But you could also be doing the blue-green toxic deck, and that's one thing that makes these signpost uncommons, in my opinion, much better as first picks in this set than they are usually, because the archetypes are so strong. You know, as we just saw, by focusing on two colors that both did toxic, even though most of our creatures weren't really that impressive in the toxic department, but we ended up getting most of our wins through poison. I want to say about half of our wins or more. Yeah, I want to say about 4 and dubiously maybe a fifth were all from poison counter wins, and the black-white deck isn't really like 100% focused on that. It's not focused on that, right? Because you got a lot of small critters with poison, so you're kind of likely to get to 10 poison before you kill them. But anyway, yeah. So the point is, both, you know, this is just excellent for either the oil deck with the proliferate, or the toxic deck, the poison deck with the toxic and the proliferate. So excellent card. You are then trying to make sure you get to play it, but yeah. I mean, I would not be thrilled about this first pick, but this is what I would take. I would take the Tainted Observer. Try to build around it. All right, thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed it, and good luck in your Phyrexia sealed and draft games. All right, I've been Frost Iron, and have a good one.